Okay, guys, let's talk about Kylie Cosmetics and their e-commerce social media strategy, guys, which has become like a super successful e-commerce marketing strategy. And you might know that Kylie has been named, one of the world's youngest billionaires. That's a big milestone for her. That was some years back. And she later fell off the billionaire ranking because they said like her revenue is not nearly as high, but the company is still worth a lot of money, and there's a lot to be said for her social media strategy. So let's break down exactly how this works and how you can do something similar for your own e-commerce store or your own brand. So one of the things you will notice with Kylie Cosmetics is that they went into a broad market. Now you might have heard people say like, you gotta niche down, you gotta niche down, you gotta niche down. Makeup and beauty, that's a really broad market where you are playing with the Marie Claire's, you're playing with super big brands, with Avons, the super big makeup beauty brands that have a lot of money. And so it's kind of scary for new entrants to think like, I'm not gonna survive, I'm gonna be slaughtered in this market. But you can't win if you don't play. And if you're afraid of going into a big market, that means you're gonna lose by default. So you've actually gotta be able to turn up and commit to doing something you might consider as difficult. So that means your product just gotta be really good. And from what I can gather, from what the people have been saying about Kylie Cosmetics and their products, they're actually saying these products are really good. These products, these makeup lip kits from Kylie Cosmetics, these are amazing, unbelievable, and the market loves it. So you gotta be willing to, you know, go against the trend, go into a big, broad market, and then have a really stand out, high quality product. uh, if you're gonna go into a broad market, like let's say clothing, and you just have a Me Too product, it's probably gonna be really tough for you to compete with Walmart and Amazon and all these other people. So you've gotta make sure, like, for your e-commerce store, that your product is something that's really unique that people cannot get anywhere else. And with Kylie Cosmetics, like hair lip kits and all her other products, I think what she's done is she's put a lot of personalized attention into these products. She's a makeup user herself, heavy into using the kinds of stuff that she's promoting. And so I think that, she's made sure that this is the stuff she would want to use as an end user. And that way, it's so much better quality than what might be out there from the big brand names out there. So another essential part of this strategy is, obviously hair TV appearances on the Kardashians TV shows, and being in the media as a media celebrity. So you gotta think about distribution and PR. Like, how are you gonna get your brand out in front of the masses, especially if you're playing in a big market like cosmetics, makeup. Like, that's a tough market to be in, and if you don't have visibility, it's gonna hurt your product. You don't just want to think in terms of social media. I know, like, that's a big part of what I recommend, but look at what Kylie Jenner has done. Is she's actually been on TV, interviews, show appearances. Those things all add up to put your brand in front of the masses, so that they're seeing your brand, and you have a chance to tell your story, and that's worth a lot of money in marketing and PR. So you gotta think about this. Like, look at, just kind of like how any big celebrity brand does it, like TV appearances, PR campaigns, appearing in the news. Those are plays you want to make. If you're a makeup brand or if you're an e-commerce brand, think about, how do I get my brand in the news? One strategy might be to sponsor an influencer that's gonna be in the news anyway. Like if you sell like a running shoe, or some kind of shoe. You can sponsor an influencer that's gonna be covered by blogs and covered by maybe like a fashion magazine, and make sure that your product is gonna be somewhere in the, somewhere in the picture when the influencer goes on national TV or goes into the magazines, or appears, makes any kind of public appearance. Now, there are a lot of smaller influencers out there that you can sponsor that won't cost you a lot of money. And, you can be on their social media, you can be on their interviews when they get interviewed, when they make appearances. And these are things that you can do for a small amount of money, won't cost you a lot. So working with influencers, getting your PR out there, you might even want to engage a PR agency. Now, like, don't necessarily spend a lot of money without understanding and properly vetting the agency. But I find that PR agencies have a lot more sophistication around these things than a lot of business owners have. And so actually having guidance from a PR agency can actually be super, super helpful for your efforts to get more PR for yourself. Now, you also want to be heavy on social media, right? Like with Kylie Cosmetics, man, it's mind-boggling how many platforms they are on. They are on like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Snapchat, like all the virtually all the social medias. And that's what I recommend, right? If you can be on all the social media platforms, guys, do it. Your business will be more successful as a result. Now you can put more attention into your best social media platform and try to leverage that. But for sure, don't shy away from being wide. And so what this has done is it's allowed Kylie Cosmetics to connect with young people on Snapchat and TikTok, and to connect with older demographics on Facebook and Twitter, and it's allowed them to talk with people where they are and where they like to tune in and where they like to consume their content. And I think this is super, super important. So if all you've been doing is posting content to YouTube or Snapchat, but you've ignored all the other platforms, one easy and quick way you can multiply your audience and actually get more orders for your product is simply take your show to Twitter, take your content to Instagram, take your content to Facebook, take your content to the next platform, because you're actually leaving out dollars on the table by not being on all the platforms with your brand that already has a proven offer and already has a responsive audience from some other social media platforms. You can multiply your earnings quite quickly and easily by just expanding the audience you are making your content available to. Now, another play that they have done is, just influencer content on social media, like actually having other people demonstrating how to use Kylie Cosmetics products, and being able to showcase that. Like that's a play that a lot of beauty brands are into, and you can also kind of copy this and work with. You can work with micro influencers, really small influencers, where you can be paying like $50 to have some user generated content that you can promote on TikTok, on Instagram, or paying for shout outs, and just having a lot of influencers kind of promoting your brand for you on social media. That will get you really, really far. But also think about, how do you build celebrities around your own brand? For example, you could turn yourself into a micro influencer, go out there and be one of the people that are showcasing this. Like that's worth a lot. Or you could have some people on your team be part of the brand persona, right? Like they could wrap your product. If you are in fashion, they could wear the clothing and be showcased in your video footage and in your social media posts. You just gotta be sure, like just arrange it well with your people. Like, are they business partners in your business that maybe you're wrapping in the product, in the social media. Like these are part of the people, that showcase your brand, or are they people that, third party influencers that you're gonna pay? That's another possibility. um, are they employees that you are hiring, maybe even on a contract basis to do social media content for your brand? You just gotta figure out what works best for you and your strategy and your brand. Now, when you tie it all together, guys, this is a powerful strategy, right? Like when you tie it all together, you look at what Kylie Cosmetics has done. This is one of those brands that I personally still find very inspiring in terms of what they have done in the beauty market. And again, guys, remember, this is not an easy market to crack. And they've been able to build $1 billion brand in it. And I think that's really remarkable. They've done something that if you'd put together 10 MBAs from the top business schools in the world and you'd ask them to do something that these people have done without necessarily having any MBAs that Kylie Jenner has done, I think she's accomplished a result that 10 MBAs, would have a really hard time matching it. So I think it shows you the power of social media and some TV PR and some smart PR savvy, the results you can accomplish with that, right? And if you need some more helpful resources to help you build your business, you can check out my free downloadables, the links in the description.